if you're looking for some quick ways to lose weight, then take heed. There are all sorts of successful diet plans out there, but one of the real problems with them, one of the things that causes people to want to start over again and again and again, is quite simply that a lot of diet plans can get pretty boring pretty quickly. While they may be interesting for the first week or two, that you're getting used to them, shortly afterwards, eating the same old foods day in, day out, quickly gets rather boring, and that's when people's motivation starts to waver, and if you're not too careful, you'll end up back eating the foods that got you to your original weight to begin with. So what sort of tips can we talk about in order to make a weight loss diet more interesting? Well, luckily there are all sorts of ways to mix it up. One of those ways is to consider your eating habits themselves. Certain people like certain foods, and there are different diets for all sorts of different eating habits. For example, the Atkins diet lets you eat meat and eggs and cream and sort of fattier foods. So if you love your bacon and so on, and that may be an option. Equally, if you aren't too fussed about those, then there are all sorts of other diets. So that's the first thing. Take into account the sort of foods that you love to eat, and see whether you can find a diet which fits around those food items. Most diets include a degree of eating meat because the protein itself is so good for building muscle, and it also has an effect on controlling the appetite. But most of those focus pretty much on chicken or turkey, possibly some fish there. But try experimenting with different meats. It's not the end of the world. Have a look at all kinds of different seafoods, for example. See if there are some different fish that you enjoy eating. Experiment with different cuts of beef and pork and so on. Find different meats. Try exotic new vegetables. Many diets again focus on things like broccoli, cauliflower, green beans and so on, and these again are absolutely fine in limited quantities, but when you've been on a diet for some weeks or even months, they can get pretty boring. So look around, look at other vegetables, go to your supermarket or your local greengrocer and see what else you can find there that will make your diet a little bit more interesting, if only for a treat from time to time. Consider going organic and free range in terms of both your meat and your eggs. Typically, whilst organic and free range meat and eggs are slightly more expensive, they're typically also far, far tastier, and so these can make them far more appealing to the palate and make your diet far less odious. Use different cooking methods. Don't just automatically grill your chicken every time and boil your vegetables all the time. Consider steaming your vegetables. Consider roasting. Consider all sorts of different ways of cooking your food. Though, of course, from a weight loss point of view, try and minimise the use of cooking fat wherever possible. Read healthy cookbooks. There are hundreds of different cookbooks available on Amazon and in your local bookstore that will help you come up with all sorts of ideas for healthy meals that you may not have thought of previously. Invest in some seasoning. Herbs and spices can make a surprising amount of difference to the same meal. Trying in different herbs and spices, for example, I love to add paprika, I love to add basil to things, and those can really add some interest and turn a single meal into a variety of different meals. Consider sports nutrition shakes. These are one of my little secret tips that I used when I was losing weight. I buy these in the ready-to-drink formats. They come in a little carton, and I can take them out with me wherever I want. So that way, if I can't be bothered to cook anything, or if I get home from work starving hungry, or I get hungry in the middle of the night or whatever else, I can just crack open one of these, a chocolate milkshake or a strawberry milkshake. Gives me the right nutrition, and adds some interest to my diet. Another option is to take a free day, that is to say, take a day off your diet once every week or two to eat all those foods that you're missing, enjoy them, and then get back to your diet the day afterwards. And it does work from a metabolic point of view. That day off speeds up your metabolism, and then when you get back onto your diet with the lower calorie versions, you find that you'd actually lose a surprising amount of weight soon afterwards. So those are my tips for keeping your diet interesting. All that remains for me is to thank you for watching this video, and say if you'd like a free copy of my ebook that reveals how I managed to lose 24.5 pounds of fat in just 76 days, then please click the link near this video where you'll be taken straight to the download page to access your own copy of the book. Thanks for watching.